wonderful to see everyone here. Thanks so much for coming along. It's very different for us, obviously. We normally do this with just the three of us. So it's really exciting for you to finally know who we are, finally know that I am Christian.
Yep.
I'm
Josh.
Italian, yes.
And Dion, obviously.
But thanks so much for coming, guys. Just quickly, how we'll run today, we're kind of just going to do a bit of a normal show recording for the first bit. We'll take a bit of a 10-minute break, and then we'll come back and have, what do we call it? The People's
Patch.
The People's Patch. The People's Patch. So that'll be a bit more like open to you guys if you have any grievances or bones to pick or anything that you wish to bring up.
If you've got issues with that name as well, you can raise it during the People's Patch.
So that's how we'll go today.
Yeah, awesome. We want to pay our respects to the Wurundjeri people as well, is the land that we sit on. Is there anything else you wanted to cover? I'm just really glad that people finally know who we are. I think that like if you don't follow us on social media, this is very exciting for you, but it's also extremely exciting
for you.
Actually, it's a good chance to have everyone tell us. Do you think they're accurate? Like, do you reckon? Because I always thought...
Not anymore, I've got this.
We're not doing the face yet either, Christian. Like, let's do the face.
Yeah. No, but we... Oh, yeah, sorry. Actually, speaking of... Oh, wait a minute. Let's just... Hang on. Sorry. We'll do it later.
Are you the kind of person who feels compelled to ask another person how their day's going? Well, if you are, then you're in good company. Today we'll be sharing stories from our past, playing some games, and maybe even performing a live sketch or two. Let's kick the seat of the person in front of you and refuse to acknowledge their discomfort. Grab your knitting needles and a blanket, because it's time for three old friends to sit around and sew a new patch into their quilt of friendship. So join me, Dion, under the covers with Christian.
Welcome to Patchwork.
Josh.
Welcome to Patchwork.
And for the first time, a live audience.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, before we get started, I didn't mean... Josh, I've got a bone to pick with you.
Hey,
This is an unexpected bone to pick with you.
is this a fresh bone?
It's a very fresh
Freshly
bone.
picked bone. Josh, we recently went to the Podcast Awards and we were nominated for Best Comedy. Great, and we lost.
Nominated.
Come on.
But we took a lot of photos there, and this is the first time that we're not hiding behind, an iPhone screen. We're vulnerable here. You can see our faces. When you smile in a photo, for some reason, your mouth is slightly ajar.
No, this is...
What?
It's lately. This is a late thing.
This is fresh.
This has only happened in the last year that this has started to happen.
If we look at last year's Podcast Awards doesn't happen, this year's do?
Yeah, you could say that.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
What is it that I do?
Well, I think
that you two have taken issue with?
I think you should probably know, to be honest. Like, if you're the one smiling...
It's that. That's what you do.
Yeah, that's what you do.
It's slightly open. It's like you've... Like
Smiled?
A smile,
It's like I've smiled?
No, traditional smiling, you're showing your teeth. You, for some reason, open your mouth further. It's like you're taking a breath in.
Oh, what is this?
Josh does not know this is happening. So this is what Josh used to look like. Okay? Strapping young man. There's a photo of him with a lovely hat on. You were obsessed with that hat.
That was the Tinder photo. That's what it was.
So that's
was
one,
bloody good.
That's one photo.
Jesus.
Here's another one with some wolf whistling, if we could get it. Anyone out there? Okay.
From a long time ago.
But now this is where it starts to get a little bit murky. So this is quite small, and we're actually going to pass this around. But this is Josh's face now. So this is when we did an episode with Andy Lee. You might have heard.
Might have heard of him.
Might have heard of him.
Oh, it's really weird now I'm seeing it as well.
But it's this photo as well. Do you see this?
Yeah, now I do.
Yeah, so what the hell are you doing?
So Dan and I had an idea. We took a selfie in the green room just to see whether he did it.
It was used for promotional purposes.
I didn't even know they were taking that photo.
We'll post the selfie from the green room later. You're doing it in that as well.
Really?
Yeah. It's unbelievable. Do you have some kind of routine before you take the photo that you're like, all right,
No, I think
I'm
it's
gonna land this?
I think I'm more like trying to look happy. I don't know. That's what you meant to do in it when
What do
you
you mean
smile,
trying
right?
to look, so not
That's
happy,
what I'm
just trying to
trying
look
to
happy? Actually, I've got one other photo that Christian, you don't know about either, and that's... I just found it. You can imagine. That is an incredible head of hair. Right. What a shame he's
Yeah, I wonder who that guy is. Oh.
I think it's like, I don't know, that's just, like, you're right, it has evolved to be that way. I don't know, I think that's my smile now. Do people's smiles change over time? Mine does, I guess.
I don't know. Well, I had a friend of mine who used to try to, as I said before, land his smile. So he would, because a lot of people criticised his smile, And he was like, you know what, I'm going to change it. So what I'll do is I'll start to laugh as they start the countdown. So it'll be like 3, and he'd land into the smile. He looks great now.
Yeah. So I think I might have talked about this before, that I do the whole, when I'm getting photos taken with people, right. I do the whole scratching thing. Where I scratch
so
them.
you're saying like
so
it's
disturbing.
a thing.
But just
no one else here does it.
Guys, the scratching thing.
No, it's like a tickling thing. It's kind of like, laugh,
Oh no, I know
laugh.
what it is. It's not a thing.
Worry about your own smile.
The thing that I want to know, do you both think that you're photogenic? I find that such a strange concept. What is photogenic? Does that just mean good looking? Or does that just mean not closing your eyes in photos?
Yeah,
what does
I
it
think
mean?
that.
I to make myself photogenic, because I don't like a front-on shot. So
really?
I hate myself for doing this.
Is that why you wanted the aisle right there?
Yeah. I want to keep looking at everyone like this.
That's right.
But I have found myself lapsing into kissing people on the cheek in photos. Because it'll extend my jawline
No,
a bit.
you don't. Please tell me you've brought some photos along to
I didn't know that was happening. Yeah.
Actually, this is very distracting, isn't it? I'm just going to put this up.
But it's all. I think it's.
Christian's 4-year-old face looking at me with a
I think
wig on.
Photogenesis.
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 Yeah, it's exactly what it is.
For me, is about looking slim, as would most of everything be. My choice of clothing today.
I think you're right. I think it's just to, when you see a photo, you're smiling, you're looking happy, you're looking nice. I don't think photogenic and unphotogenic. I think it's like, the idea of finding the camera as well, like maybe in a group shot.
Sorry,
I was just going to say, does anyone in here, can you just put up your hand? Is anyone in here doesn't think they're photogenic? Just put up your hand. so everyone. But you're all humans. You all should just be able to look at something and go, oh yeah, I look like a normal person, that's fine.
Absolutely not. No one thinks that when they look at themselves.
Really?
They're just another human.
Yeah, I guess.
We're so deeply critical of ourselves. It's human nature.
I reckon if we asked who was photogenic, no one will put their hand up because no one wants to admit that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's difficult. That's everything in our lives is about trying to be more photogenic. I feel like
just no one's photogenic at all.
Right. I think Dion, you've kind of got it right. You have a very similar smile in your photos. You're a conventionally attractive male.
Hang on. So you're looking for consistency now. You think a consistency is good for a photo.
Yeah,
so you want to be
absolutely.
able to do one of those time lapse things where you layer all the photos and down looks exactly
and
the
so
same.
if I'm
in all of them.
scratching everyone in the same way, there's going to be consistency, isn't there?
Yeah, great.
Actually, speaking of showing of hands, I really wanted to know, did anyone here print out their tickets? Come on.
Yes.
I know you're all ashamed of yourselves. Put your hands up.
Great, there's 2.
There's a few great.
So this is, I don't know, this is something that I don't fully understand. Unless you, you've got a smartphone, you've got a screen on it, you presumably have internet. Why would you print out your...
Because there you go.
Oh, you're old. Okay, but that's a fair answer, and that leaves me little to go with.
There's also the safety of printing your tickets out because you have some absurd confidence that your phone will last forever.
No, I don't. I don't have a nuclear phone. That's not a thing.
What half-life has your phone got? Yeah.
No, but also, if you go to a show, the start of the show is when you'll have the maximum battery.
No, that's assuming that you've charged it before you've gone to the show.
Yeah,
Is that what you're doing?
Which I have.
You always charge your phone before a show.
Because I'm not old.
No, I feel comfortable knowing that if anything happens to my phone, if it's stolen, if it falls, I just have to go, yep, there you go.
Yeah.
The physical manifestation.
I think though that if you legitimately got a ticket for a thing, I would find it very difficult to believe that you couldn't get in if you legitimately bought a thing. Even if you couldn't necessarily prove you've got your name, maybe the email from
Did you
another
understand
friend's
that
phone.
sentence? Did anyone not? I don't understand that at all. Can you just do that?
So
if you do it again.
if you bought a ticket to a thing, even if you don't have the ticket, maybe you don't have the exact ticket, I think you would still be able to get in because the venue would, maybe you've got the name.
Oh,
on
they'd
the
have a door list.
Yeah.
Right, he doesn't care about you at all. It's,
Grace Darling does.
The venue.
Grace Darling do. They're great.
Yeah,
they're really great.
No, but if you went up to the door and said,
Thank you.
Josh Porter, I live in this place.
No, you
phone
start with,
number. They'll go, fuck off, Josh Porter, go get your ticket.
I'm going to have to get a friend's phone and have the email on them.
Yeah. Yeah, but... Yep. Yeah. I guess that's the solution.
For me, I'm getting more and more reluctant to go to live shows because of the number of things that annoy me at a live show.
Yeah, live shows are shit.
Like, for instance...
You might think that's a joke. I hate going to live events.
No, but you like going to live music events, right? You get a lot out of it.
Especially not. I love the bands. I go to lots. Every time, actually, I hate one thing more than going to live music. It's going to the cinema.
Yeah.
Going to the cinema. Wait a second.
got grown.
Wait, Jesus. See,
Fuck Netflix. Yeah, we love the cinema.
this is why we're recording privacy. A boo. That's off my bucket list. Yeah.
What is wrong with the cinema?
No, not the movies. I like movies.
Yay! We like movies too.
They're back.
$20 popcorns. Boom.
No. What I like about the cinema is I'll get you back. I like choc tops. So that's great. What I hate is that everyone, for some reason, when they go to a cinema, thinks it's time to eat.
Yeah.
For some reason, everyone gets hungry walking into a cinema.
Yeah.
And not only, but it's not only an appreciation of, hey, you know what? I am hungry, but I'll eat at the appropriate time. No, it's like movie starting.
So that's what happened to me the other day. I went to a film at the Human Rights Festival, and you'd think the best people would be there. But there was a lady behind me that literally, like, when the movie started, just opened up the chip
And
packet
you're like,
and started rustling. I was like, this is
and you're like,
unbelievable.
have you learnt nothing from the film we're watching? Just shut up.
Could I ask how you politely, at the Human Rights Music Festival, Human Rights Film Festival,
Yeah.
tell
I wanna go to
someone
Human Rights
shush?
Music Festival.
It's a very loaded question because you're assuming I did it politely.
But I'm assuming you said it's the best people that are there. How did you shush them?
It was actually really interesting. So behind me, there was a lady, it could have been a lady or a man, but in this case it's a lady, and she had a chip packet and she was scrunching it, and I turned around and I was like, I did this, and she didn't...
What'd you do?
I
Sorry,
sort
I'm
of
just...
went, oh, well, maybe I'll do it this way.
Great.
And she...
I reckon coming from in front of them is so much more abrasive.
That's true.
So physical.
But she didn't see me over the chip packet.
How big is that chip packet?
It was huge.
Those 20 packs.
But luckily, there was someone sitting next to her that she had come with, and he saw me go, can you please shut up? And so
Right.
he had to go to her. So it was an indirect shutdown. It was perfect.
You got away.
It was absolutely perfect.
Because you don't want it to come from you. You want it to come from someone else who's a friend going, hey...
I personally don't mind if it comes from me. I'm fine with that.
No way, because it ruins, because then I feel like there's that tension throughout the film. Like, you can't really get into the film because you're like, if they make a single other noise, I'm going to be onto them.
Do you know what was really funny though? Like being at the Human Rights Film Festival, and in that
Mention it
split,
again.
in that split second, I had to think, how is this going to go down with the festival? What would the board think? What would someone think if I relocated to another seat? And I just had to think and made a split-second decision. They say that F1 drivers need to do it quickly.
Hang on. Is this because it's a human rights film festival? Were these questions running through your head?
No.
So if you're at a normal cinema, you don't consider those things. Be like, it's a human rights festival.
It's like the Wild West in a normal cinema.
Shut the fuck up! Movie started!
So it's just the fact that it was a human rights thing. You're like, the people who are here are going to care how I react to this?
I think so, yeah. I felt like I was with my people and I felt, frankly, very out of place.
Did they have whips in the Wild West? Did I get that right?
I don't understand how a whip is cracked, by the way. Does it crack on itself?
No, that's science. Do not go near that.
That's like yawning.
Or is it the same response as cracking of knuckles?
That's gas. That's gas pop.
Yeah, so whipping the gas.
Shocking. Yeah.
Guys, no science, please.
Yeah, so that's one thing I'm very concerned about today is we've got essentially 80 fact checkers here live. So the fact checkers usually come in on our social media like dribs and drabs. Nope. Feel free to put up your hand at any one time and go, that is bullshit what you've just said.
Yeah, and if you go onto the ABC Twitter, you'll see there's fact check throughout the show, which will be fact checking.
I wonder what uni would sponsor that. There wouldn't be
our fact check.
Yeah.
No
Maybe
one.
Vic Uni? No. That's any Vic Uni in the audience. No good.
Maybe we'll move on.
Oh, wow.
That's run its course.
Actually, so I was at work the other day. It was on a Friday afternoon. And this is so strange. Thank you to work colleagues.
Great crowd.
So I was at work the other day. It was Friday afternoon. And we had drinks in the office. We also had pizzas. And one of the things I was doing was I was eating the pizza. But I also had a drink in my hand. And I would eat the pizza and I would drink, and I would wash down the pizza with my drink. Sorry?
Hang on.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think it's fine.
Should we move on?
No, wait. So you wash, what was the drink?
It was Coke. Yeah,
Coke.
it was
and
Coke.
what was the pizza?
It was Coke as well. No, but so I washed down the drink.
No. What was the pizza flavour?
It was. Well,
This is.
Christian, you're Italian. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce an Italian pizza.
That's not what I'm asking.
It's the one starting with CAPR.
Capricciosa.
That's the one. You all wanted to hear it, didn't you? You all love it.
No, I'm curious.
Well-
it was a capricciosa with a Coke.
Yeah, with a Coke. No good.
Well, I mean,
Italians don't do that.
No, I feel like if you're going to be washing down your food with a drink,
Yeah.
it's all about the context. You've got to have the right drink for the right food.
The
And
funny-
I feel like you've made an ill choice there.
Coke and pizza is like the classic.
It is
That's
the classic. It should be.
Yes.
Sorry, wait a minute. What the fuck do you leave for Santa Claus when he comes?
Coke and pizza.
Milk and cookies! How is that not the classic?
Oh, it's a classic combo.
Imagine if you like Coke and pizza for Santa Claus.
He's getting fat. No, okay. My big thing is, so you're
Coke and
referring,
pizza, that's the classic.
you're referring to washing it down, and I think that in and of itself is probably a bad use of the liquid.
Well, the thing is that I did it.
It should, as Christian was saying, it should complement the flavours.
I did it, but someone pointed it out. Someone said, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm eating and drinking." And they were like, no, do them separately. And then I went around the office, as you do.
Sorry,
and
someone
asked
said,
people-
no, do them separately.
Yeah. It's like do them separately. Went around the office. Apparently, it's not a thing.
What? Eating and drinking?
Yeah, it's
Who,
at the same
who here is happy to eat and drink at the same time?
Great.
And
It's
who
so
keeps
vexed.
it
Great
totally
split.
separate? You drink and you eat completely separately.
Amazing.
But
We're like
okay,
50-50.
wait a second. Now, who thinks it's a contextual thing? Depends on the food and depends on the drink.
Do you really? I love
Right.
hearing the murmur of people.
That has the most hands.
Hang on. We got a question. What? Sorry.
When you were drinking, is the
Yes.
food still in your mouth? Swallow, then drink.
Great question.
The food is in the mouth.
The food is in my mouth.
I'm sorry.
Oh, wait a minute! Dion, you're the worst!
Now, sometimes Christian is very malleable. Christian, are you going to backtrack?
Listen. You're the worst, Dion.
Don't let me down, Christian.
I think, hey,
I was going to say, don't let me down, Christian.
I reckon that it depends how much you've masticated.
Great
Sorry,
language.
what? Pick another word.
Any questions?
Deliberate choice. I reckon as long as you've almost finished the chew, Dion.
Yep.
And it's kind of like the Coke, the effervescence,
Yeah.
and it's going to wash the grease down of the pizza.
Yeah.
If you've made that choice, I'll let it slide. But if you've taken a bite and gone, no, and then taken a sip while you're still enjoying that bite,
What do you think?
I do that one. The have a few bites.
2 bucket lists.
My mouth is often full of food as I take a drink.
Do we have any?
Because you know why?
Yes.
Do you know how
Sorry.
an esophagus works?
Does it sound like I know how an esophagus works?
How does it work?
This is fantastic.
Can I repeat the question? Do you know how an esophagus works? Oh, let us know. How does it work?
What are we missing with the esophagus?
It's a muscle that slowly pushes things down. You don't need to swallow a drink to like fly.
Okay.
But doesn't that lubricate it?
What's your name?
It's not a toilet.
It's not.
Because that's what I thought it was before. Just gonna put some shit down the toilet, guys.
So, what's your name? Rosie. Do you think that I'm just trying to work out if you're a doctor or not? You're a nurse. All right. I knew you weren't a doctor.
Why does it matter?
Oh God.
No, I don't think it matters whether you're a nurse or a doctor in understanding how the esophagus works. But explain to us, is that what you were doing? Were you trying to you were trying to replicate the esophagus's job?
For me, I think for me, like food is. I love food and I love going out for a nice meal.
No.
But it's
No, don't try to get them back on your side.
No, but it's for me. It's a.
Who likes food?
It's amazing. It's a means to an end. So I'm not a particularly tidy eater. I'm not. I don't know. I'm never going to ask an audience again to put their hands up.
You should
tidy
honestly.
eater.
You should watch Dion eat
God,
because
it's so hot
like
in here.
yeah, it's like you know how you learn as a child to color in the lines.
No.
Yeah. That's like honestly your plate. It's before you've even started eating. You've still got most of the food on the plate, and it's dirty around the perimeter.
No, that's not even a thing.
Mostly peas, and you don't eat many peas, but
Actually,
they're always just rolling off tables.
I've got a question. On the topic of that, with those menus, you know, you get those paper menus that you put down on the table. Are you meant to get them dirty?
If they're paper, that is their purpose. If they're coated in some sort of thing, or it's like a thick GSM, then you should be not.
I'm sorry. Is this a thick GSM?
Is this gloss or matte?
Matt,
great.
No,
not
you
paper.
always avoid getting the thing dirty.
No, but if it's
not your
literally-
property.
No, but if it's literally a big bit of paper and they pull it off the stack that's this high, it's expected that that's going to get food all over it.
Irrespective, because
That's the
eventually
placemat.
they get through the stack and have to buy more.
Yeah, but that's the business plan.
Why don't
The
you?
business plan is, we'll just let everyone dirty them and then we'll just have to keep buying more.
Yeah.
Why not
Wouldn't they
laminate
rather
them?
not have to buy more
Then
stacks?
you need to coat it in, what's the, laminate it then.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to laminate it if you don't want it to get dirty, you want it clean white.
Sorry
if it's
guys,
paper,
we'll just be a minute. Excuse us.
if
We'll
you-
just sort this out. We'll be back in a moment.
if it is just paper, it is expected that will get ruined every meal. 100%.
Okay, fine. Then I'm gonna start ruining all the menus. I'm just trying to work out if we've got anything.
No, I thought you were just adjusting your placemat.
We thought we had a show planned, but we haven't touched on anything yet.
So going back to the food in the mouth, so my thing, it's like, you know, if we're eating a salad or something, right? It's very dry. How is that? That is surely expected.
Shape, Josh?
Shape, yes.
Shape is probably more appropriate.
It's dusty, it's dry. Is that not fine to have a drink in your mouth with that? Because it's a very dry biscuit. Why not?
Hang on.
What if it's Ribena?
Do you want to hear something really weird? My mum's here. Gonna put your hand up, Mum?
She's the one that's holding the phone and recording the whole time.
Also, I just saw out of the corner of my eye, Amanda, you're here as well. I've never met you. Amanda's the brilliant artist that has made us this and the pillow, which you will see behind.
Yeah.
So thank you. But my mum never let us drink with dinner. It was like a privilege. She was like, "It's all right, you can drink with dinner now."
Wait, drink what?
Anything.
No,
It was like,
no.
There was this distinct separation between drinking and having dinner. It's like, no. Like you can drink after your dinner.
It was almost like dessert was a drink.
Yeah,
water.
Clearly it wasn't though. It was actually dessert.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. Like, I feel like, Mum, you had some... I can talk right to you. Mum had some really weird kind of, like, things that we weren't allowed to do at the dinner table.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah. But, like, you were allowed to drink with dinner?
No.
Yeah.
So I wasn't either. No, one thing
What?
one thing I wasn't allowed to do was I wasn't allowed to eat before my main meal came out. Sorry.
Came out.
Not allowed to.
Sitting there.
Do that
That's when
again.
dinner ready.
Do that again. I wasn't allowed to drink before my main meal came out because
Drink before it?
because apparently I'd fill myself up on the drink and not have room for the main meal.
A drink is going to fill you up.
Yeah.
That's some bullshit your mum's telling you.
Actually, I've just thought of the only reason that you can couple drink with food is to make room. I reckon when you're eating...
He's cracked the code.
I reckon, because I know you've all done it. You'll eat and you're like, fuck, I wanna finish the rest of this. Drinking clears. I reckon that. Oh fuck. I'm so sorry.
Step in at any point you wish.
So sorry.
I love most of our side star starts with, I reckon. I reckon though.
Don't you reckon that when you drink, it makes more room?
To me, again, it
Hey,
just-
we're individual humans. Don't shake your head, mate. That's the worst part of it.
Just hear a breeze just rushing to and fro in the audience.
I will have some drinks that I do drink with and others. I never have water with food because I think that kills the flavour of any food. So I never have that.
So you think the water dilutes the flavour?
Yeah, and so it ruins the flavour, so don't have water with the meal.
Water is neutral, is it not? Is it the most neutral
You know,
thing?
it's like a palate cleanser. So it clears you out of the food.
It's like saying white walls will ruin a room. Bizarre.
Hey, that's
Hang
not
on,
how I
hang
eat
on.
a
So,
drink.
so you'd rather change the flavour fundamentally with Coca-Cola
Yeah.
rather than dilute it slightly?
Double flavour.
So
Double
good.
flavour.
Such an idiot.
And like you said, the
What are you, a
combos.
snake? You got 2 crumbs to your tongue to taste on?
And 8 stomachs.
And that's how snakes taste.
Any snake doctors in the audience?
Or nurses. Another, I reckon, I remembered because I saw the gentleman with the hat on at the back. I've always had a... Sorry, it's Pato. Hey, Pato. I've always had an issue with the rule
God, what's this gonna be?
that you're not allowed to wear a hat at the dinner table.
Oh.
Because
Yeah.
I don't understand why exposing your hair is so necessary to the meal.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Your choice of words there. Exposing the hair. Or in your case,
but-
lack thereof, which is what you're worried about.
Oh, no.
That's what you're worried about, isn't it?
No,
You wanna
that's
leave
not
the
what it's
cap
about.
on?
No.
I don't agree with it. He's crazy.
No, that's
One
not.
boo each.
No, it's about. You're just wondering how does taking off a hat equal etiquette?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, because it's like this fundamental thing. It's like, hey, no hats at the dinner table.
What about winging out?
Winging out?
Were you allowed to?
that is
No.
that is not some kind of French.
No, people know what I'm talking
revolution.
about. It's a winging. People see some nods of heads.
Winging. Has
Finally.
anyone here heard the phrase winging out? Thank you
To
so
describe
much.
that.
That's what birds say before they take flight. You guys gonna wing out? Yeah, let's do it.
Do you mean like a spread, like a full spread?
No, winging out is like winging
You're
your
saying
arms out
poking
like
your
that.
elbows out. Wide.
No, yeah, don't do that. Number one. Can we just go back to the hat though?
We
Someone tell me why. Can you please? Do you either of you understand why that's?
There's
a
got to
rule?
be historical reasons.
It
One of
could
those
be like a
things-
religious thing or something.
Yeah, it's like the Cheers thing.
Your head is closer to God. I don't know. There's nothing in the way.
Oh, that might be it.
Yeah, I
That actually
reckon.
might be it.
Aside to religion, we've got good.
I think-
we've got good
So
credentials.
they used to wear really tall hats. Those cones. I never understood that either. You know how like there's always that quintessential kind of kid in the corner and he's wearing that really fucking
Or the
humongous
dunce's
cone
hat.
on his head?
The dunce's hat.
The dunce's hat?
Was that a
Why-
real
Why
thing?
did the hat have to be?
Or
is
was
it-
that just in nursery rhymes? That was.
Right, wait, this is-
and what was the
So you're
reason it
wearing
was
dunces.
worn?
To make you look like an idiot.
Oh,
Right.
right.
That's the reason.
This is, yeah, the show wouldn't be very funny if we just got answers for all the questions that we asked.
That's right. We're being found out.
All right.
I think it's probably now for time. Now
Moving
time
on.
for a wow of the week. Really wanted Christian to play them live. But now it's time for oh wow of the week.
Oh, wow.
Oh wow.
Oh wow. You ready? Nearly 3% of the ice in the Antarctic glaciers are made up of penguin urine.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Actually, is Craig? Can we just get a sound check on? That's the first we heard of Craig. Can we get a sound check on Craig?
Oh, wow. Christian, Dion, and Josh.
Right. Just need to do
And
that.
it's time for monotony.
Great.
We'll use those forever. The best recordings ever.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. It's been the first time I've done a confession in front of a live audience.
Pardon me, my son. I'm just fixing my collar.
Father, would you like me to hold your microphone for you?
Thank you, my son.
If only that collar had a clip in it to store your microphone.
The church does have one of them.
Father, I was filling up the bin outside with cardboard and I didn't close the lid properly.
Oh. You stupid idiot. Can I ask you, was the bin full?
Father, the bin was very full, but it was particularly full because I'd bought a large appliance and I was disposing of the cardboard box.
So the cardboard box was taking up the majority of the bin room. Do you have any housemates?
I have housemates, but of more concern is the other people in my apartment block. I got some looks, Father.
So this is an industrial sized bin, my son. This isn't a classic one-houser.
Well, Father, by industrial, do you mean a skip? Because I'm not talking about
I have
skip.
forgotten the word, my son. I am a Roman Catholic. Was it a corrugated cardboard, my son? Could it... Let me rephrase my question.
If you could.
Could it have been folded further? Or was it just mere laziness?
That's a great question, Father, and thank you for asking it.
Oh, you're welcome, my son.
I started to fold it properly, but then I just got a little bit out of hand and I just dumped it in there. And I didn't think of others when I did it. And I'm very concerned that water may get in the bin as well. Or the skip, as you like to call it.
It is a skip? We're confirming it's a skip?
We're confirming it's a skip. Small skip.
Don't worry about the water then, it's not your responsibility. God will trickle his watery teats into any open orifice.
Good to know, Father. Thank you.
Did thy covet thy neighbour's bin at all and think perhaps I will remove it from mine bin and take it into his?
I mean,
I've also got a list.
Yeah, I can't say I fully understand what you're saying, Father, but one thing I actually did was I had additional cardboard and I put it in someone else's bin. And do you know why I did that, Father? It's because I don't give a shit.
Oh, my son, this calls for quite the penance. My son, your penance is to have to wake up every week to the sound of a garbage truck slowly fading away in the distance and realising mine isn't out.
Thank you, Father.
Be gone, my son.
Thank you, Father.
Excuse me. Sorry, excuse me. Sorry, excuse me. Can you get out of the booth? Get out of the booth. Sorry. Forgive me, Father, for I've sinned. This is my first live confession.
Great, welcome.
Very upbeat, Father.
You know you got to keep it light, these things.
Well, Father, I was having dinner with some friends the other night, and we were sharing a pizza, and I ate the last slice of pizza, and I didn't offer it to anyone else before I ate it.
Jesus Christ.
Great guy.
Have you heard of him?
Yeah, he's alright.
Yeah. My son, if I may ask, was it a pizza sliced in quarters or in eighths?
There was a lot of slices. I believe it was eighths.
Eighths. And did the other people that you ate with seem to be particularly full?
I didn't gauge their fullness. I assessed my own fullness, and I gorged.
So there was no moments waiting?
Not a moment was wet.
As I mentioned to my previous patron, God wets many a thing with his delicate teats.
But, Father, this was one of the most delicious pizzas I've ever had.
Oh, my.
As I bit into it, it was as if I'd seen the face of God. Hey, you should laugh at that, Father.
And what did he look like?
A pizza.
Right. And if I may ask, just to flex my linguistics here, what was the topping of the pizza? Was it a capricciosa? A marinara? Bufala?
No, Father, it was a Moroccan lamb of God.
That sounds disgusting, my son. I think that it's important to remember what the Bible teaches us, which is to break bread. And you, my son, had an opportunity to break bread and spill the delicious, saucy blood of the pizza.
I did.
You did. And do you understand the errors of your ways?
I think so. But the pizza was very good.
Was it really good?
Twas, father, twas.
Your penance, my son, is to head into the chapel and say the following prayer 10 times over. 1, 3, 1, 1, 6.
Thank you, Father. Thank you.
You're
Thank you very
welcome.
much.
Fuck off. I need a bit of a drink of water. Can you open this? It's so hot up here.
Josh, can you hold this?
I thank you.
I want a glass of water.
I'll wait.
No, do it now.
So this is okay because he's just drinking, right? We don't have no issues with this.
So very recently, I thought it would be a good idea to shake up my bedroom a little bit.
We're moving into the big stuff here.
Oh yeah. I take a lot of. Yeah. Sorry. I take a lot of pride in my bedroom and how it looks.
Can I just say,
And-
his bedroom is amazing.
Can I
It's
just-
immaculate.
Oh, no, I'm not going to say it. I was going to say... No, should I say it? Just say it. Weird thing to take pride in your bedroom? What do you reckon?
That's fine. He
Okay,
deserves
just
it. He
checking.
deserves it.
Yeah, I think I take a lot of pride in the aesthetics. And one thing that I really wanted to kind of shake up was my pillow situation.
Pillow sitch.
Yeah.
And I've always been I'd say I've always been a 2 to 4 pillow man.
God.
But wow.
Low wow
weird,
for 2 to
Aldo.
4.
But I introduced a 5th and 6th pillow.
So the classic 4, right? You got 2, 1 stacked and 2 stacked on the other side, right?
Correct.
Okay, and where are 5 and 6 going and what size are they?
Yeah. So this is So
You can tell it's making him really uncomfortable. Like, well, it's kind of like in front of a live audience, he's quite happy saying this privately, but now it's kind of like...
5 and 6 are stacked on top of 3 and 4. So it's just a pile of 3 and 3. Now, growing up, all houses that I kind of encountered being an ethnic male or just an ethnic, there were just pillows on every surface. And cushions.
amazing.
Sorry, pillows and cushions. And I feel like I don't have a strong pillow situation in my room.
You want more? Because you grew up with more.
Yeah, well,
Not-
what do you mean by strong? You mean you don't know what you're doing?
So
Just don't buy any more.
No, it's not about. It's about how to use them properly. Because every night, I now have 5 pillows on the floor next to me.
But this is like, what are you doing? Of course you do. So what do? You get home and you
Because I
throw them on the
thought-
floor?
No, it's when I'm sleeping. Because I always thought I had this idea that I would like have 6 pillows, and then I'd get into bed and kind of make this like great throne that I would rest on.
A game of throws. A throw pillow. That's great.
It's a throw rug, Josh.
Throw cushions.
You can throw.
Look, it works.
You throw anything.
I do have a throw on my bed.
So you only go back to 1 though.
I sleep on 1, but I'm curious as to whether you guys have ever played with pillows on your.
This made it into the show. Look at the stuff that didn't make it.
So my pillow system is pretty straightforward. So I like the 2 because then you have like options for you, right? So you can fold 1 over, you can create a double stack there, you can go 1 down the side, you can roll onto that, right? So if you've got the 2, you've got options, right?
So you
I
want
think you're really
variability.
limiting yourself with just 1.
What about
No,
with
no,
6?
that's-
You can't get in the room.
But that's for sleeping. I
Yeah.
only want 1 for sleeping. But I thought the 6 would be great for like
Aesthetics.
Yeah, no, not so aesthetics, but also like I want structure.
On
Like-
your bed when it's made during the day and no one's around.
No,
What?
I don't care about. Yeah, that's the thing. That's also the thing as well. It's like, why do we put so many pillows on our bed?
Yeah, let's start with that.
Yeah, okay.
That's the starting point.
Yeah. Why?
Does it,
Joe, why do you put so many?
Yes.
So sorry to interrupt.
Oh no, please do.
What shape are your pillows?
Yeah, thank you. So, so one of the pillows. So I have 2 pillows, and I have one big pillow, and I looked up the name of it. You know what a big pillow is called? European. It's also called a Eurosham.
What? Hang on,
Was that the
European
dodgy knockoff?
pillow?
Yeah, but what is
Why do the
European about
Europeans
those?
get bigger pillows?
Are there Asian pillows? Are there African pillows? The Europeans just get the pillows.
But why is a bigger... Oh, if someone knew why a bigger pillow was a European pillow...
I would love you to answer. Gentleman's question from the back. What size are these? Are they all the same
So
size?
they're all the same size. They're standard,
Nutcase.
your standard pillow size.
Okay.
You know,
Are yours
this
hard
like
or
this.
soft?
You've got 6 of the same pillow sizes?
That's why.
No,
That's why
you
I think I.
don't.
No, that's why I think I did wrong. I feel like I
Yeah,
should.
you did.
I should.
No one had. The double stack is the max of a normal pillow. Any other additional auxiliary pillows
But I don't know. Like
should be something else.
I don't know. You go to like if I go into my mum's bedroom. Sorry, Mum. She's got like 1,000 pillows, but they look great, and they're all like tiered, and then there's smaller ones. They get smaller. It's like a babushka doll.
I used to have on my old bed was like almost like a snake pillow, like it was about that wide, like that. And that was great. Like you could sit up in the corner and like wrap it around you if you're like watching TV or something.
A snake pillow.
Yeah, it was quite long and fat. It was awesome.
So they exist, like the different. I've seen the ones that like wrap around you. Maybe I've got to entertain one of those ones.
Christian, what else? What I'm wondering is, what else have you got on your bed? Have you got rugs? Have you got? Presumably, you've got
Yeah,
a whole
I've-
bunch of other stuff as well. You need to throw on the floor.
I've got to throw. No, I've got to throw.
You got to throw.
Which is on the bed. Yeah. And it kind of is at the tail of the bed.
Just to warm your feet.
No, I get really hot in bed. So
Then get rid of that. Start with that.
Yeah,
no,
get rid of that.
No.
You've got You've got like a meter of padding around you. That's why you're warm.
But the throw looks beautiful. It
When?
really-
For who and when? Tell me that.
Hang it up.
for me. Don't you want to walk into your room after work and go, yeah.
I do
That's
that.
right. That is the extent of the best version of you loving your bed. You walk in and go,
Yeah.
No, but you don't understand. That's great. That's the feeling of home.
I don't care so much. I don't need to make the bed. I'll like put the sheet back over where I got out of, but I don't care to make the bed.
You don't make your bed.
No.
the mornings.
I'll put the pajamas up where the pillow is, and then I will just kind of put the sheet back over.
Do you make your bed? I can only presume you make your bed.
Every morning.
Why?
Why do you make your bed?
Yeah, why do you make your bed? What's the purpose?
Jesus.
What's the purpose of it? Has it got any other purpose other than
Spiders.
aesthetic? Spiders. You've
I
got
love
like
a messy
one
bed.
pillow for each spider's leg as well. It sounds like.
They're loving it. They're like, oh. Yeah.
Jesus, he's brought 2 more back.
Why are you doing your bed? Why are you making your bed?
Aesthetics and spiders.
What's the spider's argument?
What do you mean? What's the spider's argument? So,
Yeah,
spiders.
what is the spider's argument?
Spiders prefer
Don't make me
beds
define the
that
art.
are made.
No.
Are you attracting
So
or
when
rejecting
you're-
spiders?
Oh yeah, he wants more
great
spiders, so he
question.
makes his bed.
No. If I wanted more spiders, I'd leave the bed open.
Okay.
I reckon. I think that if you have the bed open, the sheets are down. Spiders crawl in during the day. They're wild. When you're
in?
away, it's like Toy Story. When you're not at home, the spiders are like, fucking, let's go crazy.
Are you so you're saying they crawl in the bed? So you expect to come home and there's this spider with the sheets up like this, just
Actually-
looking at you?
Speaking of spiders in beds, you know, as we are, do you subscribe to the thing that you eat 8 spiders in your lifetime while you
how you
sleep?
say subscribe
Yeah,
to
I know,
that.
everyone does. But is that a thing?
I think I've heard that's just a myth.
How on earth do they measure that?
They take it.
It's got to be a myth,
No,
right?
they do a census of the spiders. Lost another 8 this year.
Whose mouths?
You know what's really good? When the last guest finally leaves and you can take off all your clothes.
You know what's really good? When you invite your friends around for dinner and they leave their unopened bottle of wine.
You know what's really good? When you go to hang up your clothes and you get the exact right number of hangers.
Do you know what's really good? Having someone make a podcast recommendation to you and nodding and smiling knowing you will absolutely never listen to it.
You know what's really good? It's when you change your cat litter and your cat doesn't immediately take a shit.
I don't feel this is worthy. You know what's really good? When everyone agrees on the handshake versus hug versus kiss meeting without any false starts.
Really good. But we've got 3 more. Imagine that. Shell, who would like to start?
You know what's really good? When the lights change before the street performer reaches your car.
Do you know what's really good? Finding a gold coin in your pocket, which you need to unlock the supermarket trolley.
Do you know what's really good? That feeling of not having a headache after having a headache. You know what's really good? That was really good.
Oh, really good, still going? We're still going to keep going. You know what's improvised really good? Thank you very much for listening to Welcome to Patchwork this week. You have been a wonderful, wonderful audience. Give yourselves a round of applause.
Thank you for making our first ever live show so accommodating. It was such a privilege to be able to perform in front of you. And that's the thing. This is a performance.
So this is okay. We're still gonna hang around for a bit. This isn't like the end.
No, it's not the end. So we've got
It's the end of the show.
I'd like to make an announcement.
So we've got the People's Patch next where you're going to get to ask your questions.
Oh,
whatever you
yeah.
want to ask us. Remember,
Yeah.
Christian, you're on the venue for another 20 minutes. But as we do every week... Wait, should we do this
Thanks so
now?
much for listening. That's what you normally
Thanks so
do.
much for listening. Welcome to Patchwork. Please follow us on social media. We also have a Patreon page. Now, we have patrons in the audience.
Oh, yeah.
Can the patrons please stand up for
Stand
us?
up,
Stand up,
please.
patrons. Stand up, guys.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful, amazing. Thank you so much for supporting us. It goes a long way to making it sustainable. So thank you so much for all our patrons. We really appreciate it.
It's funny because I have 4 family members here. 3 of them stood up. No problem.
I think that's probably it. As we do every week, we sew a new patch into our quilt of friendship. Josh, what did you sew into your patch this week?
Dion, my patch this week was a photogenic spider taking a selfie in Christian's bed. Christian, what patch did you sew this week?
Boy, spiders, man. This live show, I sewed into my patch Dion, searching for a drink that will complement the 8 spiders in his mouth. And Dion, what did you sew into your patch this live show?
My patch this live show is me folding a family-sized capricciosa into a rubbish bin, which contains a photo at the bottom of Josh smiling like a complete idiot. Thank you for listening to Welcome to Patchwork this week. I've been Dion.
I've been Josh.
And I've been Christian.
Goodbye.
Hang on, let's do it again.
Thank you for listening to Welcome to Patchwork this week. I've been Dion.
I've been Josh.
And I've been Christian.
And you've been alive.
How are they supposed to know that they're supposed to say that?
It's the rhythm of the show.
Let's just make them do goodbye at the end. Okay, we'll do one more time.
Really good.
get started. No. Thank you for listening to Welcome to Patchwork this week. I've been Dion.
I've been Josh.
And I've been Christian.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.